Some moments arrive quietly, without warning, and yet they change everything. This was one of those moments, the kind that makes a room feel still, even when the world outside keeps moving. When Ben Shephard and Annie shared this heartfelt exchange, fans didn't just watch it, they felt it. Ben has always been someone viewers trust. Familiar, warm, and effortlessly charming, he feels like a friend you've known for years, someone who brings comfort just by being himself. And Annie, with her calm strength and gentle presence, has always balanced him in a way that feels natural rather than forced. Together, they carry a connection that doesn't need explaining. That's why this moment landed so deeply. There was no drama in the air, no raised voices, no big announcement. Instead, there was honesty, a quiet, emotional truth that slipped through in glances, pauses, and words chosen carefully. Sometimes what isn't said speaks the loudest. Ben's voice carried a softness that fans rarely hear. Not sadness exactly, but something deeper. Gratitude mixed with reflection. The kind of emotion that comes from knowing something meaningful is shifting, even if it isn't ending. Annie listened the way only someone who truly understands can. Not interrupting, not filling the silence, just being there. And that presence mattered. What made this moment so powerful was how relatable it felt. Everyone knows what it's like to face a goodbye that doesn't feel final, yet still hurts. A goodbye that isn't about loss, but about change, about growth, about stepping into something new while honoring what came before. There was romance in it, not in a dramatic sense, but in the quiet kind, the kind built over time, the kind where you don't need grand gestures because the connection is already there. You could see it in the way Ben smiled through emotion, and in the way Annie responded with warmth instead of worry. And yes, there was even humor, that gentle human humor that slips out when emotions get heavy. A small smile, a shared laugh that says, "We're okay, even if this is hard." It reminded everyone that love doesn't disappear when things get serious. Sometimes that's exactly when it shows up the most. Fans weren't ready because moments like this feel personal. They blur the line between public and private. Viewers weren't watching a performance, they were witnessing authenticity. And in a world filled with polished moments, authenticity hits differently. Social media quickly filled with reactions. People shared how the moment reminded them of their own goodbyes, a change in career, a new chapter, a moment where life gently nudges you forward before you feel ready. Many said they didn't expect to feel so emotional, and yet there they were, smiling through tears. What stood out most was the respect between Ben and Annie. No one tried to take the spotlight. No one overshadowed the other. It was a shared space, built on mutual understanding. That kind of partnership is rare, and viewers recognized it instantly. There's something undeniably comforting about seeing two people handle emotion with grace, not rushing it, not hiding it, just letting it exist. That comfort is why this moment stayed with people long after it ended. Ben didn't speak like someone closing a door. He spoke like someone opening another, carefully, thoughtfully, and with appreciation for everything behind him. Annie's response reflected the same sentiment. It wasn't about fear of what's next, but trust in it. That's where the true romance lived, in trust, in shared history, in the quiet confidence that whatever comes next, it will be faced together, even if the shape of that togetherness changes. There was also a subtle reminder hidden within the moment, that it's okay to feel emotional even when things are good. That change doesn't have to be tragic to be meaningful. Sometimes the hardest goodbyes are the ones that come with gratitude rather than regret. And that's why fans weren't ready. They expected a routine moment. What they got instead was sincerity, a reminder that behind familiar faces are real emotions, real relationships, and real transitions. It made people pause, reflect, appreciate. For many viewers, this moment felt like a mirror. It reflected their own experiences back at them, the people they've thanked quietly, the moments they didn't realize mattered until they passed, the goodbyes that shaped them in ways they didn't expect. There's a certain beauty in that shared understanding, a feeling that says, you're not alone in this. That's the magic Ben and Annie created without trying to. As the moment faded, it didn't leave behind sadness, it left behind warmth, the kind that lingers, the kind that reminds you why connection matters, why kindness matters, why honesty matters. And maybe that's the reason this moment changed everything, not because it marked an ending, but because it showed how powerful, simple human connection can be when it's real. If this moment touched you, you're not alone. Let it remind you to appreciate the people in your life, to speak the words you sometimes hold back, to laugh even when emotions feel heavy. Because the most unforgettable moments aren't always loud. Sometimes they're quiet goodbyes, filled with respect, warmth, and just enough humor to make you smile through it all. And those are the moments we carry with us long after the screen goes dark.